So hi, my name is Lindsay, and in this video I'm going to share with you a little story about how I got scammed by a taxi driver in Spain, and I'm sharing the story with you so that you can avoid the same situation. Alright, so if you're interested, please keep watching. So yes, my name is Lindsay, and I make videos about living and teaching abroad in Spain and about millennial life topics in general. So if you're interested in any of those topics, please consider subscribing to my channel by clicking below, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and share with a friend who needs to know this warning about taxi drivers in Spain. Alright, so just keep watching. Anyway, this is just a quick story about how I got scammed the first time I moved to Spain by a taxi driver, which is this is like inevitable to happen to a lot of people, especially if it's the first time in a new country, or you don't know the language that well, or you just don't know where you're going. A lot of mistakes happen, and a lot of times they tend to be expensive, especially when it comes to transportation or other travel, things like that. Anyway, so I was flying from the States to Madrid. After a couple of flights, I landed, and I was taking a train to Sevilla. And I got to Sevilla, I guess in the afternoon, maybe 4 or 5-ish, something like that. I was pretty tired after traveling, almost 20 hours, I think. And I was going to take a taxi from the train station to the bus station. And I was going to a little town about 45 minutes away, maybe an hour away from Sevilla. It's called Huelva. And so when I got into the taxi to take me to the bus station, to take the bus to my little town, the guy was like, "Oh, where are you going?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to Huelva." And he was like, "Oh, Huelva, I love Huelva, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Hey, I'll take you there for 25 euros. He was like, 25 euros. And I knew that it was like at least 10 or 15 euros from the bus station, or from the train station to the bus station. And from the bus to Huelva, from the bus station to Huelva, it's like probably 15, 13 euros, something like that, for the 45-minute ride. So that would cost me about 30 euros total. But this guy was like offering me 25 euros. And I should have known better, but I didn't. And I was like, 25. I was like, no way, that's a really good deal. I was like, are you sure? He was like, oh yeah, totally. Come on. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. And so after about like 5-10 minutes, I like just fell asleep in the back of the car, and we were just like on our way to Huelva. And so 45 minutes later, we pull up to my like front door. I was like, wow, like chauffeur service, whatever. I felt like I was like VIP. So I pull up to my front door, and I like wake myself up a little dazed and confused, but it's all good. And he like turns around like to me in the back. He's like, no 25 euros. And I was, or, no 25 euros, or whatever he said, 95 euros. Not 25 euros, 95. And I was like, no 25. Like, no 25. 95. I was like, what? You told me 25. He was like, no, I didn't. 95. I was like, no, we had this conversation, bro. Like, this is the first conversation that we had. And he was like, starting to yell at me in Spanish. And I was like, oh my God, like, olvídalo. Just, I'm done with this. And so I was like, well, bro, I don't have 25 euros. I need to get some cash. And so like right next to my apartment, there was a restaurant with the ATM. So I went and got some cash out, and like he had got my like luggage out of the car in the meantime, and then he like took the $100 out of my hands and like just ran in the car. I was like, ugh. I was like, bro, that's so low. I can't believe you just scammed an innocent Gidi, like innocent little Gidi. I couldn't even believe it. But geez, this probably happens hundreds of, if not thousands of times per day. But no, I guess there's like Uber and other options, and I should have known better, but I think I was like jet lagged, and I was like, the idea of just like avoiding going to the bus station, which is a nightmare in itself with luggage, and then taking the bus stinky to my town, and then like walking from the bus station to my apartment. I was like, okay, if I just take a taxi, makes everything so much easier. But long story short, if like a guy offers you a deal that's too good to be true, like make them write it down or something. And if they don't, or they seem super shady, just be like, oh no, that's okay, just take me to the bus station or wherever you originally intended to go, okay? That's my one piece of advice. A lot of times, sometimes it's just inevitable. You're gonna get scammed, and geez, like when you don't have strong language skills and you don't know the area, live and learn, I guess. It's part of the adventure of traveling. So anyway, that's my story. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Share with a friend who needs to be careful with the taxi drivers in Spain. If you have another crazy experience with taxi drivers or anything like that or negative experience traveling, you can leave it in the comments below. Also, I'm thinking about making some videos about my experience living in Mexico. If you guys are interested, just, let me know in the comments below as well. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.